Well, here we are. This is the future hospital consultation, so-called meeting at the town hall.
Yeah.
So that says hospital. Is that the entrance?
Yeah, that will be the main entrance.
What road is that?
That's Gloucester Street.
Gloucester Street.
Yeah.
A pretty grim street. Which
Gloucester Street.
Yeah, it's a pretty grim street.
Yes,
Isn't
yeah.
it? Not going to improve much for the foreseeable future, by the look at it.
Well, that's part of what we're trying to achieve with the hospital is to actually improve that public realm on Gloucester Street. This is then on Kensington Place. This is where the emergency access will be.
This is Kensington Place.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the start. So we're going past the parade on the left-hand side.
Parade.
These are the existing buildings and the existing hospital building.
And that's what's there now, and that will
Yeah,
stay
that's staying, yeah.
forever, or?
Well, it's staying as far as this project's concerned. There's no plans to get rid of it. This is the 1960s block.
Right, which the architect there, I believe, had never designed a building, a hospital before. He was.
And this the list of buildings, so that's staying. And that will be repurposed for healthcare. Then we're into this is the main entrance to the hospital. It's on Gloucester Street. And part of the concept is that this will contribute to the public realm. So Gloucester Street is quite grim. Right. This is an opportunity to try.
Well, obviously the left-hand side you can do nothing about because that's all private development and so on. So
yes, on this
we're
side,
stuck with that.
Yeah.
So we're stuck with the valley.
Then Patriotic Place, then on to Kensington Street.
And what road's this?
This is Kensington Place.
Kensington Place, which is going to be one-way, two-way.
It's shown on a plan. I'll show you the plan later.
Right.
Show you the idea.
For hospital traffic only, or?
No, it'll be mixed traffic, but there will be a reconfiguration of the current one-way system. With hospitals, with Jersey Hospital, 300,000 people a year come to the hospital itself, or there's 300,000 visits a year, and they will come through the main entrance,
right.
Which is here on Gloucester Street.
Right.
There are then 3,000 people who arrive by ambulance, so not appointments. So that shows you the split of. There's 100 times more people will come into this entrance than the entrance on Kensington Place.
I mean, I notice in hospitals elsewhere, for example, they have shopping centres next to their entrance.
Yeah.
Is that an aspect which is going to be featured here?
I've not got that far yet. Certainly the entrance will be something that is accessible and bright and airy, and it won't. One of the things the hospital hasn't got at the moment is a defined main entrance. So there's an opportunity there to offer something back.
How much of a precise design brief are you working to? I mean, have you got? We want specific square footage areas for treatment theatres. You've got that.
Yes.
That's worked out.
Yeah. That's the other part. There's a part of the display over there that's
so that people can grab it on here, because there are existing recently built theatres.
Yeah.
Are they staying?
No,
they're not. So they're going.
They are to get between now and when the hospital opens in 2025.
225. If this site, for some reason, is not agreed, and if I was to take the vote on it, it wouldn't be this site, where will you be looking next? Have you any ideas, or is it this site?
As far as we're concerned, this is the site that we are concentrating our efforts on at the moment.
So all your design brief is now specific to this site?
Yes, yeah.
And it may not be suitable to put anywhere else?
It may not be suitable to put anywhere else, no.
And this, I mean, for example, there are places like Overdale which have a use, and I presume the uses that there are will continue somewhere, but not here.
Yeah, well, some of the uses will be on this site.
But Overdale will continue as something.
Yes, yeah.
And St Saviour's Hospital will cease to operate as anything.
Well, that's part of the mental health strategy, which is a different strand to healthcare.
Why is it that they're being kept so separate? Why are they kept separate? Mental health is just health. It's just
there is an ambition to integrate them, and you're quite right. And it's not something that's being run away from, but it is a case of saying mental health is health just as much as anything else.
Right.
But that strategy needs to be brought up to speed with the clinical strategy.
Because there is a lot of mental health treatment which involves hospitalisation of it can be surgery, it can be all sorts of treatments.
Yeah.
It isn't just rest and looking out over green pastures anymore, is it? Like they have in the American Hollywood films. Mental health treatment, as called, can be very complex. Needs to go into a general hospital.
There may be some provision for it, but that's part of a different strategy, a different strand.
So if they come along in 5 years' time and they need a fairly substantial facility, can it go in here?
Not into this building as proposed. This building as proposed is a general hospital.
Will this include all things like children's treatment?
Yes.
Okay. What other treatments are not included? Hospital type things. What things are there now? Or, I mean, long-term care, if you have a long-term care home for people, a lot of it requires medical attention.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people really need to be in a hospital.
But not in a general hospital.
Not in a general
They will be in a specialist facility, either a care home or a residential home.
Okay. So there won't, for facilities for people who are very aged, very ill, and they want treatment, they will just come in here as general patients when necessary.
Yes.
Okay. The cost of this, how flexible is that costing? You've got a 400 and something odd million. Does that, well, that obviously won't include Overdale, whatever goes on there, won't include the mental health facility. So the whole package, in fact, is quite a lot more.
Well, I don't know how much more it can be. The budget for the hospital is £460 million.
If I'm going to be asking for you, you're engaged by whom?
Sorry?
You're engaged by whom to do the project?
By the states.
By the states.
Yeah.
So you're not a freelance architect, you're not a freelance designer?
No, I work for Property Holdings.
Right. Are they engaging all those consultants, freelance, private architects, private?
Yes, yeah, we have a project
private
manager.
engineering?
Yeah.
So the 460 includes all the consultants?
Yeah, all the consultants for the construction and the design, yeah.
What percentage of that figure of 460 odd is consultants' fees?
I wouldn't know. No, in most projects it's 15% is added on. But whether it's 15% on this, I don't know. I don't know the breakdown.
Has it gone out to tender? Have competitive prices been put in by consultants?
That's my understanding. It has, yes. Yeah,
They have?
Yeah.
I see. Do we know yet whether they will be local consultants or?
Well, there inevitably will be involvement from local architects and local engineers. The thing is, building a hospital is a very specialised skill, and I don't think there is the capacity on the island for an architectural practice, for example, to build.
Well, of course, they built the original 18th century block, which is still there and will remain, I believe. And they didn't have many UK consultants on that, as far as I know, so they imagine that's the longest surviving part of the building.
It is.
And it's listed.
Yeah.
Well, that says something about local designers and builders, doesn't it?
But it's not suitable for a modern hospital.
So why are we keeping it?
Because it's listed.
Is that the only reason? Is that the only reason?
No, it's a resource as well. There's no need for it to go with the model.
It says over there this is going to be a totally new building, and I'm going to ask somebody later.
Yeah.
But there's not a totally new building. Quite a lot of this is existing building, isn't it?
No.
We've got the frontage here, which is existing. We're looking at there. That's existing. That's
But that won't be part of the hospital.
What will it be?
I don't know it.
Oh, I see. So it's not a hospital. So we shall have to find another use for it.
Yeah.
Could it be a mental health centre, if I'm going to use mental? Could it be that?
Possibly.
I see. And the use of that isn't budgeted. The future use of that is not budgeted.
No, that building, no. Because that's
Okay.
outside the scope of
I better let you go because this isn't your problem, but it's nice to speak to you.
All right, okay.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, there's one of the display panels, and it says site access transport, and it shows a block site plan of the site. So it's difficult to see because obviously you can't see it in great detail. Here's the sea out here, Jardin de la Mer. That's the car park, Patriotic Street. This is Gloucester Street going down here, which I have to keep saying is an awful street, and it's more or less going to stay. I don't know what they think they're going to do to improve that, so that's with us for a long time. One of town's grim streets. Parks over there. They don't know what they're going to do with this. It says the front building, the existing hospital building, is being kept, but the future use of it is apparently not certain, and that hasn't been budgeted for. So, I don't know really what to think of some of this. They say this is the site. This is where it's going to be. They are not contemplating anywhere else. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but so there it is.